So guys, first go to the scene and first level, and after you come to the first level, go to our game asset and then going to the ship and bring our level 1, ship level 1 to our scene. So, and then we are going, right now it's too big, so what we can do, I'm going to click in all of them because the pixel per unit, I'm going to make it 1000. Here I'm also going to select no point, no filter. So now that is our ship. Then let's go to our ship level 1. I'm going to rename it as a player. So the next things I'm going to add 2 things. One of them will be rigid body 2D to give a physics to our ship. Then we want also box collider 2D. So then go to our double click your player to make it, and then you can adjust the box collider. And right now you see when we play, he is going to fall down. And the reason is because of the gravity scale that we have in our rigid body. And if we want that it doesn't fall down, we need to make the gravity scale to 0. And also because maybe we want to make some, after we got shot from enemy, we don't want to our ship to turn around in this Z position. So we are going to freeze the rotation at Z position. So now our ship shouldn't fall down, and it stay how it should stay. Yeah. Then we need to go to our asset. Here I'm going to make a new folder, call that scripts. So already I have done one, so we don't need to make the second one. Now let's go inside. Then here I'm going to right click, create a C#, going to call it player or player controller, whatever you like. Yeah. Then I'm going to attach that script to our player. Then let's open it up. And here I'm going to our top of our start. I'm going to write public void speed. That is for not void, public float speed. And the next one will be a private rigid body 2D. Going to call it rig. Now in the start function, I want to call the rigid body, so we don't need to do that ourselves manually. So our script will attach that rigid body to the variable rig. I'm going to show you later. Here I'm going to say rig is equal to get component. The component that we want to get is our rigid body 2D that is attached to our player object. Now let's save it. Now the public, what is the difference between public? Public, that means we can see it in inspector, but private we cannot see it in inspector. So I'm going to show you. As you see, we can see the speed, but we cannot see the rigid body. And when I change this private to public and save it, you can see that our rig is coming there, and he asking for our rigid body. So now if I play, you can see it automatically get filled there, and the rigid body, the rigid body is coming to there. But if we don't try to get that, for example, if I make this line to comment, so that is there is no effect to our game, that is just for information. When it become again, when you put 2/ so behind of that, now when I play, we will not get that. You see, we cannot get the rigid body, and we need to do it manually. And we don't want that, because we don't want to see a rig. So rig, it's something that we don't need to change it. That's why I'm going to make it private. And going to get it from the get component rigid body. So now in the next step, we are going in our update, we are going to get the velocity of our object. So rig dot velocity is equal to new vector 2, then parenthesis. Inside of the parenthesis, we say input dot get axis raw, and after that another parenthesis, and then quotation mark. Here we are going to write horizontal. That is for moving in the x direction, and then we want to also move in the y direction when we use the button WS. So here then we are writing again input dot get axis raw, and this time vertical, and it's important to use the big alphabet here. Now at the end we want to multiply it with our speed that we have here, because if we don't, then our ship will going move really slow. So now let's save it and see that in action. So right now if I play, my ship will not moving. As you see, the ship doesn't move because the speed is 0. Now if I change the speed to 5 or 4, then you can see that I can move the ship around. So the reason that we add the speed here, because if I remove this part, we can see that my ship move and it doesn't get any access from our speed. So I can just move the ship depend on the update frame. So that's why we need to call that speed here at the end, so that our ship move depend on our speed. So now let's save it. So now what is the velocity? Velocity is represent the rate of change of rigid body position. and we want to change that position depending on our new vector 2. That's vector 2 is our x and y, as you see here. And what is the horizontal and vertical here? I'm going to save it and show you in action. So here when I'm going to our edit, going to our project setting, we have a physics 2D, so it's for our collider with other things. Like we can later set that enemy doesn't collide with each other. So we need this part, but for now, what is the input manager? Here when I click on input manager, we can see the axis. We have here horizontal and vertical and fire ants. Horizontal is our WSD key, right or left key. See, here's the position for the RW, RD and left and right. And for the vertical, so this is that our Unity defined that, and we don't need to write for each of our way to the left or right extra script. Here is also our mouse 0. The mouse 0 is our left click in our mouse. So now we can close it. And right now another problem that we have, that I'm going to switch to our game. So I need first to give a speed of 4 to our ship. And when I'm going to the left, as you see, I can get out of our scene. So in the next part, we are going to work in that part that our ship doesn't go to outside of our scene. So see you in the next video.